Imagine walking into an empty room and facing the idealized version of yourself, the version that actually fulfilled your ultimate potential. For many, the realization that they look nothing like this person remains their single greatest fear. We look at high performers with unbreakable resilience and assume they won a genetic lottery at birth. This treats psychological strength as a biological inheritance rather than a series of choices. This passive mindset leads to a life of waiting for inspiration to strike. Eventually, it yields a sickening moment of clarity. While you were waiting, your peers were surpassing you, and you remained average. Resolving this requires a shift in how we view human behavior. Human character functions as a specific commodity that requires an intentional purchase. Closing the gap between your current self and your potential requires you to stop viewing life as a passive timeline and start treating it as a ruthless economic exchange. In this economy, your cash is finite. The literal, ticking seconds of your life are the currency inside your wallet. Every desirable psychological trait carries a non-negotiable price tag. If you want a specific attribute, you have to pay the toll up front. Each one has a barcode. This shows the cost of patience. Buying this trait requires you to deliberately seek out environments where your desires are delayed. The transaction concludes only when your access to immediate rewards drops to zero. We see the same logic with toughness. As this line shows, you cannot buy mental endurance in a comfortable environment. The price is fulfilled by navigating miserable, high-stress situations. This economy forces a massive opportunity cost. Every minute of time is $1. Spending it on social validation at a nightclub means you no longer have that capital to invest in your craft. Your current personality and life situation represent the exact printed receipt of what you have chosen to spend your time buying so far. We can observe what paying the ultimate daily premium looks like by examining the habits of elite outliers. During a USA basketball camp, a younger player arrived at breakfast early, hoping to be the first one there. He found Kobe Bryant already finished with a workout, drenched in sweat with ice packs on his knees. Kobe hadn't just woken up, he had already paid his daily installment of effort. Most notably, this occurred just days after the NBA Finals. While the rest of the league was spending their time on rest and celebration, Kobe was already back to work, reinvesting his time into his craft. Through this economic lens, a loss is not a bankruptcy. It is simply a necessary payment toward the final purchase of success. Legends define themselves by their willingness to keep paying the daily toll long after their peers have stopped spending. This investment strategy yields a massive long-term return. Committing to a 1% daily improvement creates a compounding effect that builds a masterpiece of a life over decades. This leaves us with the two pains. Since suffering is an inevitable part of the human experience, you must choose which specific type you are willing to endure. You can choose the temporary pain of discipline and hard work now. This upfront cost is high, but it eventually buys a permanent sense of pride. Alternatively, you can hoard your comfort today. Avoiding the work guarantees that you will eventually pay the agonizing permanent price of regret later in life. Because time is a limited currency, the most efficient way to fund a massive goal is to stop spending your attention on the outside world. Dedicate the next 6 months to a period of total reinvestment. Silence the noise of your social life to afford the person you want to become. Treat the word impossible as a subjective opinion rather than a structural fact. You hold the capital right now to purchase the exact character you want to possess.